Good afternoon, all. I am Megha, Assistant Professor, SNH Department, Vedavyasa Institute of Technology. In this Tech Talk session series, I am dealing the topic stress management. Overview of this presentation. What is stress? What are the types of stress? Causes of stress? Effects of stress? And how to manage stress. Starting from stress. Stress is not an unfamiliar word to us. Actually, we used to say I'm stressed or I'm unable to do it or I'm quit. I can't. It is actually a situation. We can say that it is a situation we can't able to do or we can't manage. For definition, we can define stress as it is an contagion or feeling experienced when a person perceived that the demand exceeds the personal and social resources the individual is able to mobilize. That is the definition of stress. After the definition, we are moving to the types of stress. You can see a list of stress here: mental stress, emotional stress, physical stress, distress, acute stress, chronic stress, hypo stress, and hyper stress. Moving to the detailing of mental stress. Mental stress. It is actually a very basic of all symptoms and indication of stress. And we can say that the mental stress is a disturbance or disruptions of logical and rational way of thinking. If a person is mentally stressed, he is not able to gain concentration, right? And constantly worrying is an indications too. For example, a boss need to make a decision whether to retain or terminate a poor performing employee. He may face or he may feel mental pressure because of the decision making. Sometimes the mental stress is good too, especially if there is a pressure to do something or to think a sound of solution to a problem. Next is emotional stress. Actually, the emotional stress is the product of mental pressure and tension. For example, if a person is worried, it is a condition of the mind and it follows the feelings of anxious, uncomfortable, etc. If we experience racing thoughts and lack of concentration, we tend to become restless and panic. When the mind is confused or perplexed, the persons become irritable or short tempered. We can say that both the mind and feelings are heavy to control or handle especially during the moments of stress. That is emotional stress. Coming to the detailing of physical stress, it is actually the situation where the mental and emotional symptoms directly affect the physical aspect of a person. When a person is physically stressed, different body symptoms or different body systems and functions are affected. And he or she face the breathing difficulties such as shortness of breath. Next, we are going to discuss about distress. Actually, the distress is a negative stress brought about the constant readjustments or alterations in the routine, and it creates a very feelings or discomfort, unfamiliarity in persons. And we can differentiate the distress into two categories. First one is acute stress, and second is chronic stress. Actually, acute stress is a type of stress that comes immediately with a change of routine. It is an intense type of stress, but it passes very quickly. Coming to chronic stress, the chronic stress will occur if a person is constant change of routine for week after week. and it affects the body parts for a long period of time. And this type of stress experienced by someone who is constantly facing in jobs, movement in jobs, etc. That's about the distress. Next is hyperstress. Actually, hyperstress occurs when an individual or a person is pushed to beyond when he or she can handle. Hyperstress is the result from being overloaded or overworked. When someone is hyperstressed, even a little small things can trigger from a strong emotions response. For example, a Wall Street trader is likely to experience hyperstress. Okay, next is hypostress. Hypostress is the opposite of hyperstress, and hypostress occurs when an individual is bored or unchallenged. Peoples or persons who experience hypostress are often restless and uninspired. For example, a factory worker or factory employer who performs a repetitive task might experience hypostress. Next, we are going to discuss about the causes of job stress or why a person become more stressed in work. First reason is high workload. We know that if a person having excessive work to do, he become more stressed or panic. Next is insufficient workloads. It is actually the opposite of high workloads, and we can consider a person who is working in an organization. He having the feeling that he is not much contributing to the organization, or his skills are being underused. It will always create stress to him. And next is poor working conditions or poor working relations. Poor working relations in the sense if a person face lack of interpersonal relationships in an organization, he may leads to sense of isolation, and he tends to become stressed. Next is insufficient work experience or training. If a person having insufficient experience or training may also lead to stress. For example, a person or or an employee being asked to do a job for which having insufficient experience or training, he becomes stressed. And next is multiple reporting. Multiple reporting in the sense the stress may occurs in such an organization where unity of command is absent. Unity of commands, which means that the topper authority will provide the orders and instructions to the employees. Okay, the authority should, there will be one authority to give the orders and instructions. And next is poor working environment. Poor working environment in the sense, since the expectation, the employee having the expectations and the management having expectations. Since the expectation of employee is high and the organization provide low facilities to them, it will also create job stress to them. Next is job roles. Job roles in the sense conflicting or uncertain job expectations, too much responsibility also creates stress in the employees. Next, we are moving to the consequences of work stress. Mainly three effects. First one is psychological effects, second is physiological effects, and third is behavioral impact. First one is psychological effects. The stress affects the body as well as the mind of an individual, and also it affects mental and physical health adversely. The physical problems due to the stress are possible only through the mental tension, but the work stress directly affects the mind and mental pressure, which will create the psychological problems. Next is physiological effects. Physiological effects in the sense the impact of the stress can be seen visibly in the body of workers, and the stress may affect the metabolism, increase the heartbeat, cause the high blood pressure and headache. It will reduce the overall performance of an employee. And next is behavioral impact. If a person will cite an ultimate impact on behavior of a people. For example, if a person has not sound mind or and body, and he is not able to behave properly. Managing stress is very important part of every person. For that, we can set the realistic goals or achievable goals and take responsibility. And for from the part of organization, it is better to conduct the employee recognition programs. It helps to increase the morality or commitment and give always positive reinforcement to the employees. And every employee should manage the time well, and employee having the knowledge that when to quit, and the employee should take the short breaks after the stressful events. Next, we are going to discuss about 10 ways to managing stress at work. Firstly, you want to spot the signs early. Be aware of the change in your behavior, health, and how you feel. Next, you want to identify the key triggers. It helps to build up an awareness of what causes you stress. And next, you want to keep an eye on what is going on. It helps to reduce the uncertainty and stress by being in know. And next, you want to break out the norms. What are the norms just you want to break out? It will help to reduce the stress. And nextly, you don't be afraid to say what you want. You just ask for it. What is your wants? And next, you want to look after yourself always. You are the person know yourself. Just you want to look after. And next is manage the expectation. Do what you say you will do and manage your time. It helps to clear what you can and what you cannot do. Next, you want to ask for feedback. Feedback is very essential in an organization or an employee. So ask feedback. It helps to reduce the stress. And think positively. Please think always positive. It helps to appreciate what you can and appreciate what you have, and dispel the negative thoughts, etc. And finally, you just accept what you cannot and control everything. These are the 10 ways to manage stress at work. Thank you.